Welcome to another Transits Friday. So today, Friday, 21st of February, let's have a look at what the planetary movements are and how can we best use these energies as well, etc. So just to give you idea about this week, there's definitely an emphasis on Pisces energy. So we're continuing to further into the Pisces season, and there will be a Pisces new moon this week next Thursday. In Brazil is next Thursday, late night. So it might be actually Friday in some places in the world and Thursday in some other places as well. But we also have Mars turning direct. And I think this is one of the biggest movements that we're going to be witnessing, experiencing, feeling, etc. this week. So, how can we best channel all of this and what can this all mean to us? And also leave a comment where you are, what are you doing, how was your week, etc. And how did you see what we talked about last week pan out? So the week that's just gone was a very healing kind of focused week. There was a lot of emotional potential here, emotional healing, etc. So, how did you feel? What happened to you, etc.? I think over here has been a calm week, really. And on the Tuesday, where we had the Grand Trine in Water, I went for massages with my partner. So he's giving me a 2 hour massage voucher for Valentine's Day. And it was a wonderful day to do that. And I loved it. I have to say, a wonderful self-care moment. Anyhow, how was your week? Let me know. So let's move on. Let's have a look at the transits and talk about this week. As I said, the week ahead is still with this powerful emphasis in Pisces. So there's still this very strong Piscean energy. And obviously, the moon is going to join in because it's going to be a new moon. So there's going to be a lot of planets in Pisces. Here we have Mars in Cancer, which in red on my software means it's still going retrograde. But in a couple of days, that won't be the case anymore. So here it is the 24th of February on Monday. There is a trine between Mars and Mercury, Mercury approaching Saturn as well. So Monday is an important day, really. And I really feel that something that we might be picking up on already, and I think this is just going to increase in terms of this sort of energetic feel, is that things are moving ahead. Things are picking up speed a little bit. We're like, things are happening finally. I think with Mercury retrograde for a few months now, there was a real strong sense of slowing down, obstacles, not being not so sure on where to put our energy. But also, I think a lot of that Mars retrograde and Mars retrograde in Cancer as well, in particular, had a very powerful sense of a lack of a lack of libido somehow. And I mean libido as like energy to do things. I don't mean libido in a particular area of your life or not, but there's that sense of I want to do things, but I'm just not really there yet. It's just not really happening. I just cannot fully put myself into this, or and if it wasn't coming from within, that could have been other people, situations, and different kinds of obstacles that we would be facing and getting in touch with. So Mars turning direct here, and I think, like I said, is an energy that we're already feeling, that we're already having available to us. So this last week, I felt a lot more energized slowly. And I think this is going to continue with Mars turning direct. And it's going to be a lot more clear as well, a lot clearer once Mars turns direct. Now, with the trine to Mercury, and this will be happening already on Sunday. Look, Sunday, the 23rd, we have Mercury at 17 degrees Pisces in a exact trine to Mars. I think this could be a wonderful day to realize and to have insights, intuitive insights about the actions that we need to be taking first. I think with Mars turning direct, that might be an overwhelm as well, that we have so much to do and we had to put things on the, leave things up in the air for a while, that now we're like, okay, right, I've got this energy available. Where am I going to put? How am I going to focus? And what's going to be my priority here? So I think on Sunday we can reflect on those priorities and have powerful insights around that, with a sort of watery trine. Mercury coming to conjoin Saturn as well, which is another transit here between Monday and Tuesday, and obviously still in trine to Mars as well. I think there's something here, something important that we can realize, that we can think about. In fact, Saturn does asks from us to become very serious about whatever it is that we're thinking, that we're focusing, that's, whatever house that Saturn is transiting, that we really need to commit and really, really need to become very serious about that area and that subject, and do some reality check. There's a bit of a sense of reality check with Mercury and Saturn conjoining, but obviously in Pisces is like a reality check connected to your dreams, a reality check connected to your spiritual beliefs and values and your communication as well. But there could be a an opportunity to crystallize some of those ideas, some of those dreams, those divine inspirations, right? We can really get in touch with, we can get in tune with as well. And also, this week is like enjoying a brief moment here where all of the planets are going direct, because on the 2nd of March, Venus is going to turn retrograde. And it's, going to be another invitation to reflect, ponder, go inwards, etc. But there is a real sense here um, of being able to visualize things going forward. And with Mercury, Saturn here, we can really create a vision board and a sense of manifestation, with Pisces giving us the gear for imagination, for imagining, for getting the inspiration. And Mercury and Saturn together giving us the drive to actualize it, to make it concrete, to make it real, right? As a sensitive, I think one thing that we need to be aware is a tendency to have some challenges around communication as well. Saturn brings challenges whatever it's touching. So it's really important to be aware of that when we're relating to other people as well, that things might not be so clearly voiced, or they might be clearly voiced in a sort of a harsh way, or, just to pay attention and to be aware of that connection there between Mercury and Saturn. But I think Mercury and Saturn in Pisces is a wonderful transit for magic, for manifesting things, for in particular with words, right? Using that Mercury. And if we think about Mercury as the magician in the tarot, we're pairing up the magician with the world card. So we have a real sense of potential accomplishment that the world card represents and Saturn represents at its best. And the magician has that ability to transform ideas and insights into something, bring that into the world. So there's something there with this conjunction that's really important, and it's just before the new moon as well, and it's just after Mars turns direct. So really is a kind of an important moment here for bringing those inspirations. Now, here we are, Thursday, the 27th of February. Like I said, in different places in the world, this might vary a little bit. Friday or, earlier on Thursday. But here it is, the new moon. So the new moon will be happening this week at 9 degrees Pisces, reminding us, not only you, but us and myself as well, that when there is a new moon, or when we heading towards the new moon, is a wonderful time to weeding out things, um, to resting as well, to being slightly more restful, paying more attention to the inner life and etc. And obviously, Mars is turning direct, is giving us an oomph and a sense of, okay, things are going to be moving forward. But don't rush with it. For the people that have a lot of fire in their charts there, don't rush with it because of that energy, because of the new moon energy here telling us to go inwards, to meditate a little bit, to pay attention to our inner life, our inner feelings, and set intentions on Thursday in a more conscious way as well, right? And and again, I still feel the potential for a lot of emotional healing here. Is a lunar cycle that has a lot of Pisces, has some planets still forming that trine to Mars. Mars is direct, all of the planets are direct. So for this new lunar cycle, things are moving ahead. Now, things are moving ahead and they have a connection to growth as well, because the new moon is in square to Jupiter. So there is a sense of growth, of a continuation, but really important to measure it, not overextend ourselves, not overdo things with the square to Jupiter. And it's an interesting square as well, because Jupiter is the ruler of all of these planets in Pisces, this big stellium. So we've got Neptune, North Node, Mercury, Saturn, Sun, and the Moon. And this is all ruled by that Jupiter in Gemini, which is then ruled by Mercury in Pisces. So we've got mutual reception here between Jupiter and Mercury. And I really do feel that that can be reflecting the potential for a creative way of doing things, a more creative way, because Jupiter is in fall, so is Mercury. So they need to find more interesting ways of doing things, right? More interesting ways of communicating and manifesting our beliefs in our lives as well. And with Pisces, it really has something to do with transcending and channeling creative energy into the world. So those are, some of the major flavors, the major direction that Pisces really puts puts us towards. So how do you want to apply this? How do you want to manifest this Piscean energy? And obviously, where is Pisces in your birth chart? Because that's very, very highly super active during this week and during this lunar cycle as well. It will be a huge stellium falling somewhere in your birth chart. Is it in the 10th house, in the first, in the 12th? Those will be pointing out to something super important during this lunar cycle for you, where you can focus your energy, where you can be more creative, where you need to bring divine inspiration into the picture as well. All right. And then obviously Friday, which is when I'm going to be back, we're still amidst this intense Piscean energy with the moon still in Pisces, but later degrees. So conjoining Mercury, conjoining Neptune and the North Node and etc. So a very dreamy end of the week. And if you're writing a book, if you are painting something, if this is a wonderful time for you to be creative and really bring that energy out and focus on that. Give yourself a space to be creative. Allocate times in your schedule to be, unstructured play, unstructured creative times where you can really see where this energy takes you, because it has that sort of go with the flow kind of characteristic as well. So, in a nutshell, for this week, Mars turning direct is a sense of, right, things are beginning to move forward. The healing is happening, it has happened. We're going. We're finally the obstacles are slowly being removed. We're picking up speed again. But with a lot of Pisces, including the energy of a new moon, which is a kind of the end of a cycle. So we're still, although there is a picking up of the energy, we're still in that sort of restful place and that creative and that imaginative, etc. So go with the flow this week, even though Mars is turning direct. Go with the flow, see where it takes you, see where it's gonna lead you, and enjoy the ride. Make sure that you do Piscean things this week, and beautiful, spiritual, inspirational things. So that's it for this week. A very dreamy week indeed. So let me know in the comments, what are you planning to do with this Piscean energy? What are you looking forward to do with this Mars turning direct as well, and etc. If there's any Mars retrograde stories that you want to share as well, I'd love to hear from you. So take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a beautiful week as well. And I will be seeing you all next week. So take care. Mwah, big kiss. Bye bye.